Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I promised you another registry video, so here it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm filming all of these like on the same day. I've literally just switched my shirt out and switched my location. So if you're like, wow, this girl like wears her hair like this every single day and her makeup is the same, it's because it's the same day. But basically what I want to do with this video today is just talk about some of the biggest registry mistakes that you can make. I'm gonna link down below some of the other registry videos that I recommend you go watch. But if you are new here, first of all, I want to say hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla. I am a stay-at-home mom to that crazy little girl over there. I just like threw on a t-shirt because she was running around in her diaper. I've got her, she's almost 2, and then I've got baby number 2 on the way. They're gonna be 2 years apart, so I'm currently working on the registry for baby boy. So baby number 2 is a boy, and obviously doing my registry this time, I was just, you know, reminiscing like just how crazy overwhelming it was the first time. So now that I'm at least a little bit more experienced, like by no means am I super experienced, I'm a hot mess, but now that I know a little bit more, I wanted to make sure to kind of go through some of these mistakes in case you maybe find them helpful. So the first mistake that you can make when you're making your baby registry is, first of all, like not making the registry at all, like period. There are some people that are like, oh, I don't want to make a registry, I'll just go in and buy whatever I want, or I'll tell everyone just to buy me gift cards. And maybe that works for some people, but like I mentioned in some of my other videos, a lot of times when you register at a store, you're gonna get a completion coupon at the end of your pregnancy, or I don't know if it's like once the baby's here or whatnot, but point is you're gonna get a coupon from the store that says, hey, if you haven't bought everything on your registry, if you haven't gotten everything on your registry, here's a coupon that you can use to finish buying the stuff on your list. So that in and of itself is a huge reason to make the list in the first place. I know that it might stress you out a little bit. I remember going to Buy Baby like with a little scanner, walking around the place like a crazy person because I had no idea what to scan. But just take your time, do your research, and just listen to videos like this, and hopefully they'll help you when it comes to making your registry. But make one. Just make one, even if it's just a few items on it. I think one of the most helpful things that I can tell you about making a registry is that when you're making your registry, focus on things that you're gonna need like right away. Focus on things that you're gonna need when your baby is a newborn, when your baby's like between 0 to 3, maybe 6 months old, but don't focus on things that you're gonna need when your baby is much, much bigger. As your baby gets older, there's gonna be different things that they're gonna need. They're gonna need all of their plates and utensils and table placemats, but I personally don't think that you should focus on that right away when you're making your registry, especially as a first-time mom. Focus on the things that are gonna help you survive. Focus on the things that are really going to help you as soon as the baby gets home, because if you make your list ginormous and you make your list just full of things that they're gonna need the entire first year, what's going to maybe probably happen is that you're gonna get some stuff that you need for down the road, and then you're gonna end up not fulfilling all of the things that you need right away, and then all of that stuff is gonna have to come out of your pocket. You wanna tackle things that are gonna have to do with your baby sleeping, obviously some basic clothing necessities, things that are gonna help you with feeding your baby, so whether that's stuff that you need for nursing or pumping or just bottles in general, those are the things that you're gonna wanna focus on right away. Another thing that I think is smart to put on your registry that not everybody does is to ask for gift cards. Like if you're not really 100% sure what to put on your registry, or even if you have a few things on your registry, I would still put a gift card, because there are gonna be things that you're gonna need to buy that are gonna just come up. I know that once I brought Riley home, there were a million trips to the store that we had to make. There were a bunch of things that we ended up buying, and because we did have some gift cards, it made it a lot easier to purchase, even if it was just diapers and wipes, things that they're just gonna continue to need. Not asking for diapers and not asking for wipes is like one of the biggest mistakes you can make, because you're gonna be changing their butts every single day. Another mistake that a lot of people make when they're doing their registries are like putting way too many bottles on there. Again, like with a lot of things, your baby could be very particular to like what brand they take to on a lot of these things. So you don't want to go and like register for like that giant set of Dr. Brown bottles, like a 12-piece set or anything like that of a particular brand, because if your baby doesn't end up liking it, then that's kind of a waste. So I always recommend find a couple different brands that you think might be the best. I love Comotomo bottles, and I think we have some Philips Advent bottles. We also have a Dr. Brown's bottle, but find a couple and then try those out before you go and you buy the set. Like once you know that your baby likes it, then you can go and buy a million bottles, like do whatever you want, but don't spend all that money up front or have other people spend all that money up front when you don't know what your baby's gonna like. A lot of times when you make a registry, like a lot of the registry like welcome boxes and stuff actually have like one sample bottle, so that's a great way to just like figure out if your kid likes that. Like just use that, what you get in like the little freebie bag. This one I wish I had listened to, but it's so hard to listen to this one, and that's to just not buy so many newborn baby clothes. It's so tempting. Like when you see these tiny little pieces of clothes like that just look so freaking cute, you want to buy them all. But for the most part, obviously there's exceptions here and there, but for the most part your baby's gonna outgrow them super quick. I personally have like a newborn baby clothing haul that I will link down below, and you guys can see like some of the stuff that I bought was newborn for him. Some of the stuff is 0 to 3 months, but 0 to 3 months is gonna give you a lot more time to use that clothes, to use those outfits, as opposed to the newborn clothes. Obviously if you have a preemie or your baby's teeny tiny, then maybe they'll extend the life of those newborn clothes, but for the most part they're gonna wear it maybe once or twice and then that's it. And the same thing with the 0 to 3 months. Like the 0 to 3 months, they're gonna be out of it in no time. So make sure that you don't have like a ton of baby clothes in like one size. Kind of space it out. That being said, I think another mistake that people make when they're making the registry is just putting too many like cute outfits on the registry. I did the same thing. Like when I went to buy my baby to register for Riley, I remember going with the scanner like through the clothing section and being like, oh my god, look, I love this dress, this is so cute, this hat, these socks, these shoes, whatever. But first of all, like when it comes to like doing your registry, like some people are gonna actually look at the registry, some people are just gonna buy you like random clothes that they see like at a different store. So I wouldn't really like get your hopes up that you're gonna get that same particular outfit. But even that aside, like your baby, unless you're the kind of person that's gonna be leaving your house every single day and you're gonna be taking an outfit of the day picture of your kid every single day, your baby's gonna need like just basic clothes. They're just gonna need basic sleepers, sleep gowns, things that are easy to take off and put on. You're gonna need easy footy pajamas and onesies. That's really the extent of what your baby's gonna need. Another big mistake that people make on their registries is registering for like multiples of things. So like let's say you want a baby swing, but you're not sure what baby swing you want, and then you just put like 3 baby swings. Chances are you're kind of making it harder for you to actually get your baby swing. You want raisins? You're kind of making it harder for you to like actually get the baby swing that you want, or just getting any baby swing, because first of all, people are gonna look at your registry and they're gonna be like, which one of these does she want? Which is the best one? And so you're gonna confuse people and they're gonna be like, forget it, I don't wanna buy that. Or you might get like both of them and then you have to like go return one of them. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of putting multiples of things. I don't think it's necessary. Figure out which one you want. Like if it's something that you're just gonna have one of, stick to it. And then maybe what'll happen is you'll have like multiple people in your family or like multiples of like your friends. They'll say, hey, why don't we pitch in together and buy Kayla her swing? I think that's just like a better way to go about it, as opposed to having like all of these multiple big ticket items and then like no one even really knows what to get you. Like that's the point of a registry in the first place. Another big mistake is focusing just like on the really cute patterns of things. So like an example of this are like really cute bibs. When I registered for Riley, I just was in love with like all of the girly, frilly, cute stuff. And then when I was a mom, like when she was actually in my arms, when she came out of my vagina, then everything was about being practical. Everything was about being like just that it worked and that it was easy, and that's it. So like bibs, for example. Bibs, I know there are so many cute bibs and they say like, feed me, I'm cute, and like just like really cute sayings and just really pretty things for boys and for girls. They have like adorable bibs. Most of them, in my experience, do not work. They do not absorb the food, do not absorb the milk, and then it ends up being a total waste. So I would look for things that are actually going to work. I personally recommend the bandana bibs that I will link down below. They're super absorbent. It was the same thing with burp cloths. We had bought these really pretty like patterned burp cloths that we never used. Instead, we used the cloth diapers. Like I think that's what they were, like just cloth diapers, and those were like our burp cloths, and they worked beautifully. They were just plain and white and ugly, but every single time that my child threw up on me, like I didn't get dirty. Too many pacifiers, same thing with like bottles. Find a couple brands, buy a couple, and then figure out what your kid likes. Like you do not need to have a million different pacifiers. Chances are your kid is gonna like one brand, and that's the one that then you can go and buy 5 or 6 of. Another mistake that people make are like just putting too many like of those like play mats. So I know it's tempting because like you want your kid to have toys and you want to entertain your kid and you want for your baby to have like these beautiful little tummy time mats. But first of all, like are you really gonna use all of those? Like even if you get them, Like, is your kid really are you gonna swap them out every day? Like, if you have 3 or 4 play mats, on top of the fact that you're probably not, because you're gonna be so busy like not sleeping and trying to keep your house in order and all of that, you're also gonna find yourself in a house full of clutter, like full of baby products. And I know that that was something that even to this day, now that I have a toddler, I have to adjust to the fact that there's so many friggin' baby things all over the place. You're not gonna wanna have 3 or 4 play mats laying around in your house. You're gonna want 1, maybe 2 that you can swap out when your baby gets bored, even though, I mean, do they get bored? Do they even know what anything is? Point is, don't get a million play mats. Some of them can be very expensive, and the same thing, like, are you gonna put multiples on your registry and then you're gonna end up with 3 or 4? I know that happened with me. Like, I ended up putting like 3, I think maybe like 3 different play mats, and I got at the very least 2, and then I ended up returning 1. And then I feel bad because somebody gifted it to me and then I don't keep it, and then they come to my house and they're like, where is that thing that I bought you? You know, it's just weird and awkward. So I would recommend just put 1 or 2. Something else that I think is a big mistake is having like a very heavy swing. So with Riley, I had the momma, which I've said before I hated. I hated it for so many reasons. Number 1, because she hated it and it didn't work. But on top of that, it was very heavy and very bulky. Any kind of baby item that you're gonna get for your kid, whether it's a high chair, a stroller, a play mat, like anything for your kid, you're gonna wanna make sure that it's not 500,000 pounds, something that you can actually lift, that you can move if you need to. You're probably not gonna be confined to like one tiny room. You're gonna wanna move around your house. And so you're gonna wanna be able to buy stuff that's just gonna be easy for you to move and to take where you need it to. For that reason, I highly, highly, highly recommend just a portable little bouncer. Like the portable bouncer that I had with Riley, it was like a little baby Einstein bouncer. And I will try to link these things down below if I didn't already say that. But that thing was like amazing, because if I had to go to the bathroom, I would take it, put her in there. If I had to get ready, the same thing. I would go and put her in there and I would do my makeup, I would get ready for the day, and she was entertained. And then if I had to move back to the kitchen, if I was cleaning the kitchen, I would just pick it up. It was super lightweight. I would carry her in one hand, carry the bouncer in the other hand, and it was just easy to move around with. Those are the things that you need to focus on when you're building your registry. Something else that's like easy to be tempted with, like when you're putting on your registry, are like these beautiful, like, you know, like the bath time sets and like all of the things that look like a gift, right? That come in a set. Chances are you're not gonna need all of those things that come in those beautifully packaged sets. And you definitely don't need like multiple sets. So like if you need like bath wash for your kid, just either buy it yourself because it's not really that expensive, or just put one of that on your registry. You don't need the Aveeno Baby and the Johnson & Johnson. Like, you're gonna end up not using it right away. You're gonna end up just having it stored. And then just like with the other things that I've mentioned, sometimes you have a baby that has sensitive skin. Maybe they don't like that brand. Then since we're like on the topic of like registry and baby showers and all of that, one thing I do want to say that I kind of like the idea of, that I don't think you necessarily put on your registry, but maybe you kind of make it a thing for your shower. I love the idea personally of the book instead of a card at the baby shower. I think that books are like one of the best things that you can get for your baby, and having a collection of books to read to your baby is just like such a beautiful, wonderful thing. Don't get me wrong, if you guys have been on my channel here for a while, you already know I'm the biggest proponent of screen time. My child watches a ton of TV, but I also love for her to have a nice library of books. So instead of like having your family and friends bring you a card to your shower or as a gift for the baby, I would kind of make it known that you're trying to build a nice little library of books for your baby, and that any little book counts, whether it's something that they get at the Dollar Tree, because there are books at the Dollar Tree, or you can go to Marshall's, TJ Maxx, get books for $3 and $4. Like, I would rather people spend money on a book that my kid is actually going to read one day, or that I'm gonna read to my baby, as opposed to spending $6 or $7 on a freaking card, because cards are ridiculously expensive these days. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope that it did help you in some way if you're getting ready to put together a registry for your little one. Again, I know that it's hard to figure out what to put on there, and you're gonna learn through trial and error. I know that I made a bunch of mistakes, but if I can help you in any way to just make one less mistake than I made, then I have done my part. But yeah, make sure to check out the other videos that I have linked to down below. I have a bunch of like newborn essentials videos, baby essentials for the first year, and a bunch of registry videos for like what you'll need for baby number 2, or things that I registered for baby number 2. Check those out. I hope that they help you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you to pieces. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.